Hello and welcome to my channel where here I see makeup as something that is fun, creative, and magical. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely consider subscribing. Now today, I'm continuing on in the color season exploration. So basically, if you're new here, I've been going through every single color season and sub-season with makeup. So I've done all the autumns, I've done all the winters, and now I'm going into the spring season. So it's been a journey so far. I've come to the conclusion that I am warm, neutral person, just from things I noticed along this journey and how like the cool tone colors really kind of have more of a contrast against my skin. But as I've said on this series many times, I don't think color analysis is exactly what we think it is. The colors create an effect, and sometimes that effect is like really drawing attention into like a vibrant lip. Sometimes that effect is looking more gothic. So it all depends on what you're going for, right? Now, anyway, we're going into the springs. I'm wearing a bright shirt, very uncharacteristic for me. I like neutrals, I like black. I like black all the time. So yeah, the springs are all warm seasons. Based on my natural coloring, which is blonde hair, bluey gray, green eyes, I'm pretty sure I'm naturally a soft spring, but we'll get there later. I'm focusing on warm or true spring right now. So this season is characterized by the warmth being the first thing you notice about the person. And then the secondary aspect is the brightness. So it's between bright spring and soft spring. So it's just kind of that middle ground with those more vibrant but warm colors versus autumn is warm and muted. So it's, yeah, lots of sort of fun pops of color, anything with more of a yellow base in the tone rather than a blue base. I'm going to do my whole face today because it's been a while. I usually have started with foundation on, but why not do the full face today? Just revisit what I've been doing lately. See what happens. I'm going to play with like warm tones. I'm going to try not just to go into the bright spring territory of things being too bright, but I might kind of honor this orange vibe. Different than the true autumn, which was more like a muted burnt orange. I want to go for like a true orange. Yes, we shall see how it looks on me in the end. First things first, still standing my color corrector. Check this out. It's from Charlotte Tilbury. It's so panned. It's kind of so panned it's hard to get what little product is left there. It always feels really good to pan a product, you know? Well used, well loved, not wasted. When you're a makeup addict, yeah, it's definitely a true test of a product. So I like to put this in the blue areas here, a little bit over the lid, because it helps to cancel out the coloring. Now I'm going to go for full coverage. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Ivory Nude, or 1N1. Just like the winters, because this season has like that bright base, like that clarity, I want to really just like wipe out all discoloration and just have this clean, bright slate. Because, yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between being muted and kind of having skin that isn't clear. Because just like this sort of redness I get all over my face, it just feels like it's making my coloring very muted. So that can be confusing. You know what I mean? Like this side of the face, it already looks just so bright. This side, with the redness, I don't know, it just looks kind of washed out in a way. For concealer, I'm going to find a bit of a middle ground between brightening and using this Tower 28 concealer that's creamy and a peachy shade. This is probably going to be great for my summer skin. That did such a good job covering. I'm like, what do I do? Just a little bit in this area. And then the brightening in the center of the face. Just going back in with the foundation brush. I think I want to go in to blush before I go into bronzer. So I'm going to use from Tower 28. This is Golden Hour. Yeah, very warm blush. It's somewhere between like a coral and more of a vibrant orange. Have not used this in quite a while. It always feels like, should I wipe it or what? I think like Jessica Chastain is like a perfect example of a warm spring. Like I feel like I've seen her on the red carpet with some like beautiful colored dresses. I do want to get into more color in my wardrobe, but I don't know. I always find it like maybe I haven't found my favorite season, but I just do always like black, but it is a little boring. This is the perfect shade, I think. Perfect, perfect. Because it's not too neon-y. I also have in front of me the MAC Glow Play in Groovy, but that's definitely more like bright spring vibes. See the difference? Now I'm going to go in with bronzer. So this is the Rare Beauty bronzer in Bright Side. It's kind of melted into the blush. I was on the winter seasons for a while and you weren't supposed to use bronzer, only contour. So far my favorite look though was the True Winter, which was like icy white eye and like a berry lip. I just found I felt very magical and ethereal wearing it. And I had a moment where I was like, am I a cool tone? I don't think so. For brows, I'm going to go in to my favorite palette for brows and sort of toggle between these two shades. I hennaed my hair this morning, so especially when I go outside, everything's very vibrant because it's so fresh. So I do want to lean into a bit more of the copper auburnness. So I'm going to just tint them with eyeshadow. I even tried to henna my eyebrows a little bit, but I chickened out and only did it for 5 minutes, but I think I can see like the softest tint to them. Setting this with the Kosas brow tint. This is in Honey Blonde, so it's like a warm blonde shade. I've really been liking this product actually. You can almost get away with just using this to help tint the brows. Now a bit of soft, warm highlighter. This is from Kylie Cosmetics. It's in the shade Queen Drip. Queen Drip. So, yes, leaning into the golden tones. No silver highlighter here. I have 2 lipstick shades I am thinking about. One is from Lisa Eldridge. It's the shade Velvet Dragon. I think it's like almost a dupe for my shirt. And then I have from ColourPop Verde Valley, which is similar but has a little bit more pink to it. So I'm not sure which. So here's Verde Valley and here is Velvet Dragon. Which one? I feel like since for the warm autumn, the true autumn, I did go for like a lot of orange. I'll lean into a bit more of that salmon color for this. Gonna lay down just a bit of liner. I think that was the right choice, just in terms of playing a little bit more with some different tones than the warm autumns. Now, though this was the perfect orange for this look, because I opted for a bit more of that like burnt peach pinky orange, I'm going to add a bit more of that tone back to the cheeks. So this is the shade Foxglove from Rose Ink. And it just has a bit more of the pink rather than the orange. So, so pretty. Ooh. Wow. I'm happy. I like it. Okay, for eyes, I'm going to just lay a brightening shade all over the lid. This is a very bright kind of yellow. And honestly, I use this on the daily to help brighten. And because the yellow tone works really well with my complexion rather than the pure white, that kind of is another indication to me that I'm warm toned. So just adding that brightening effect because we're thinking of spring, we're thinking of vibrance. This is the Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. Perfect for warm autumns and warm springs. The springs kind of going for more of the beachy shades and autumns for the muted kind of reds. So first thing, I'm going to lay down this shade Beach, which is the shade of a beach in the sun. Sort of sandy orange color. Then I'm going to go into the shade Suntan, but like very lightly for some darkening effect. For the shimmer, I think I'm just going to use the same highlighter. Go in with my finger and just bring a touch of luminosity to the look, but I'm really enjoying it, how it looks matte, so I didn't want to go into anything too glittery. Or maybe what I'll do too is just add a little touch of silk right here, but not going too far into the eye. I like this openness happening. Just like a touch right here. That's pretty. I don't normally do that. It's always kind of like all over the center lid, but it's nice when a shimmer has some like color and depth to it to focus it right here. Very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna pop off camera and put my lashes on, and you can see the look all together, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the warm spring. Okay, here we are with lashes. I really, really do love this look. It feels like I'm leaning into color and having fun with makeup, but it's the kind of colorful look that when I go outside, I feel like I don't have any kind of qualms about it. Like, where sometimes I'll rock other colors, but feel like it's more a nighttime thing or something. But I have to say, I think these colors are bringing out a vibrancy that I sometimes forget some of my features have. Like my eye color is kind of this like seafoam green with the right colors paired with it, you know? So yeah, I think like this beachy orange is bringing that out. If you see it in person, like when I'm looking at my eye, it's just bringing forward that vibrancy. Whereas I forget what season it was. I think it was maybe one of the autumns with those more muted shades. I felt like my eye was sort of being more muted rather than being brought forth if that makes any sense. I'm kind of wondering if I'm a true spring. What do you guys think? The reason I say that is I think this is the look that makes me, so far, that has made me look the most healthy. I think that's what we're going for with the color seasons, is finding those colors that kind of bring the luminosity into your complexion. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like this really worked for me today. I shall put my hair back and you can sort of just see how it's playing with my actual skin. Because like I said, like the redness makes me feel like I'm all ruddy and muted, but my actual like skin tone is quite like bright and yellowy. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of like now thinking this is my season. Is this my season? Yeah, I love this look. I'm really happy with it. I feel really confident, and yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of lean into some of these colors more throughout the week and just see how I feel. I notice like when I wear colors that are a little bit more muted or washed out, I like feel like I'm craving something to like really bring my features forward and uplift them, if that makes any sense. So yeah, this is so pretty. After this, I'm gonna do either bright spring or light spring, and we'll see how those work out for me. And then after that, the summer seasons, which is gonna be fun. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this look. If you think I'm a true spring, have I found my season? And yeah, I'm excited to continue on in this journey. It has been so fun. And yeah, that's it for today. Definitely subscribe if you want to follow me as I continue on with the last 5 seasons. Yeah, leave a comment and I'll see you next time. Stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.